testifying here today?
Like I told you, I had no idea it was her.
Do you still contend you're an impartial cop, officer?
Yes. What happened last night has absolutely no bearing on this case.
So you say.
You calling me a liar?
Sit down, officer.
Your Honor, my client has admitted that her behavior on the evening of the accident was wrong, and she deeply regrets it. She has apologized to the police. Her family has bought the department a new vehicle, and she has spent a night in jail. Considering all that, I would ask Your Honor to show leniency and allow Ms. Crane to go on with her life. Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll render my verdict after a short recess.
What in the world is the matter with you, Whitney?
I just don't want to have lunch here, that's all.
Why?
My grandfather worked here as a caddy and a groundskeeper. And my dad caddied here when he was my age. But they weren't allowed to play on the golf course or eat in the restaurant.
But all that's changed now.
Has it? How many black faces did you see on the terrace just now? Or on the golf course? People never say anything, but we know that they still have the same restrictions as they did back then.
Why do you give tennis lessons here?
I'm thinking of giving it up. I'm gonna find a new job.
I never knew you felt this way. Did something happen?
This morning, my father asked me how things were going. Was everybody treating me okay? I knew what he meant. I said yes, but it got me thinking.
Did somebody say something to you?
They don't have to say anything, Teresa. I see it in their eyes. The look they give me when they see me, like, what is she doing here? And then they feel guilty and give me some phony smile because they don't want me to know what they're thinking. But I do.
Oh, Whitney.
I'd be a hypocrite if I had lunch with people like that.
That's exactly why you have to stay.
I don't think you understand, Teresa.
Of course I understand, Whitney. I'm half Latina. I don't see any of my mother's people out there on the golf course either. We can't let those wealthy people drive us away. They're not better than us.
That's true.
So, they look at us funny today. So what? One day, when you're a famous tennis star and I'm a famous fashion designer, we'll be members here too. And our families will be members. And we'll throw big, fancy parties.
And we'll dance on the golf course and change the rules and invite everyone.
No one will tell us where we don't belong.
And if they do, we will wipe the floor with them.
Now you're talking.
Gotcha.
You know, you really should work undercover.
Excuse me?
You're really good at making people believe you're something you're not.
Am I?
Yes, very good. I actually thought you were a nice guy when I ran into you this morning. Boy, was I wrong.
Guess we're all taken in at one time or another by people we think are something they're not.
If you're referring to me, officer, who you see is who you get. I don't hide anything.
Right. Oh, by the way, give my regards to the mayor next time you run into him.
The mayor? I've never even spoken to him.
Tabitha. Maybe I should call you Russell.
Oh, no, I don't need a doctor. I'm fine now.
Mrs. Bennett and I are coming right over there.
No, don't come.
Don't come over? Why? We want to help.
And I appreciate that more than you know. But it's no use.
But I know if your mom would just talk to Mrs. Bennett, she'd...
She won't change her mind, Miguel. She's got these crazy ideas, and I can't explain.
I'm sorry, Charity. It's time to say goodbye to your friend.
That was my mom. I have to say goodbye.
No. I have to see you before you go.
It's too late.
Miguel, no one's ever made me as happy as you have. I'll never forget you. Never.
Charity, no, wait. Don't go.
Oh, Miguel.
Look, someday you'll realize that this is for the best.
I don't care about someday, Mom. I care about now. About seeing Miguel again.
Charity, I know that you are hurting.
I finally make friends. I meet the most wonderful boy in the whole world, and you make me leave.
I have no choice.
Mom, there are no evil forces after us.
I know you don't believe that, but the evil is out there. It is, Charity. It exists.
I don't believe it.
My sister, your Aunt Grace, she didn't believe they existed either. And I have been searching for her for 20 years. I will not lose you, Charity. I won't.
You won't lose me, Mom. I'll finish packing.
Thank you. I have to run some errands. When I come back, we'll leave.
Miguel.
I'm ready to render my verdict.
Your Honor, may I say a few words, please?
Keep it short, Chief Bennett.
For the record, I'd like to say that Luis Lopez Fitzgerald is one of the finest, most honorable, fair-minded officers that I've had the privilege to work with. And I hope the court will treat the defendant as they would any citizen accused of the same crimes.
I assure you, Chief Bennett, everyone in my courtroom receives equal treatment under the law. Now, regarding the charge of lack of impartiality by the arresting officer, I find the charge unfounded, though I warn you, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald, to be more careful regarding whom you kiss.
Don't worry, Your Honor. It will never happen again.
Good. Now, as to Miss Crane, added to the cost of a new police car, which your family has already paid for, I am imposing a fine of $1,000 and 75 hours of community service.
75?
Your Honor, I would...
Make that 100 hours. Case closed.
It's not the verdict you wanted. I'm satisfied. Thank you. Well, that ends that.
Don't be so sure. Cranes don't forget their enemies.
Neither do I.
I had no idea about the community service, Sheridan.
You know, I wouldn't mind, except that I've just gotten back from Paris, and there's so many things I need to deal with in my life.
Did you go to college with a girl named Eleanor Goodwill?
Yeah, we were sorority sisters.
I remember Mother mentioning that she's head of the Women's League. Perhaps you could talk to her, see if she could work something out for you.
That's a great idea.
At least Officer Lopez Fitzgerald doesn't hand out the assignments. He'd probably have you picking up litter on the highway.
With my bare hands. Hey, that reminds me. Just now, he asked me to say hello to the mayor. I've never talked to him in my whole entire life. Do you know anything about that?
Not a clue. Forget it. Forget him.
Don't worry.
I have to go back in and sign some papers, and then we'll be out of here.
I just want to ask you something. How did a sweet, kind woman like Pilar have such a mean, vindictive son like you?
Hey, you screwed up. You're paying for it. Get over it. There's no free rides in this life. Not even for the almighty Cranes.
Oh, could this day get any worse?
I'm afraid it can. I have some bad news. It's about your sentence.
I'm going home. Lie down for a bit.
Oh, why don't you let me drive you home?
Oh, no. The air will do me good. I gather